let's pretend I'm a fiction author.
Mm-hmm.
I want to record my book.
Mm-hmm.
I want an actor to read my book, so we already know I want an actor to read it. So talk me
Yep.
through the process from contacting you to getting to the finish line.
Sure. Excellent. Generally speaking, when people come to me, as you mentioned before, Lou, they've already pretty much made up their mind that they want an audio book. So in most cases, um, that decision's already been made, which means that's great because it's on the rails and ready to go when they contact you. So that's always lovely, and there's inspiration and impetus to get the thing moving. So the first kind of decision, if the author does want the book to be narrated, again, in most cases that's true for fiction books, for novels, then it will be, well, what voice is it written in? What's your gender preference for a narrator? Because generally the author will already have some idea about the kind of, they will have that, as I say, that internal video, that voice in their head, which is already, developed all of these characters in their mind. So they kind of already have a pretty good idea of what they expect in their head. And then we just do a little process of trying to find those characters that are in their head and go through a list of, I think I know about 45 different narrators now over
Mm.
the years, and they range enormously in terms of their age, the kind of characters they like doing. Like some are very voices are very suited to doing children's books, whereas other ones have got the more, the quite proper sort of cultivated Stephen Fry kind of feel to them. And there's also many female voice actors who have worked in television, so there's a bit of sort of, like, I don't want to say the word salesy, but I've just said it,
Yes,
haven't
they've
I?
got that lovely, they've got that
But
lovely smooth voice where they can just keep it
that
nice and
well,
smooth.
that's right, exactly. So there's
Mm.
there's an advocacy. That was the word I was looking for, where
Oh,
you can hear them sort of advocating in their style. And
yeah.
there are other ones who have a great international style. So, and I'll mention names. I mean, Chloe Schwank is one that I've worked with many times, and Chloe is German born. Um, and came to Australia many years ago, and so you can barely hear her German accent, but because of her European background, she's often chosen for having an international accent.
Oh, yes, less
So
it's
that's another
Aussie
factor that
accent.
rolls into it as well. That's right, because
Hmm.
yeah, you haven't necessarily written a book about Charters Towers up in Queensland, and this is the story about how the pub got rebuilt from the fire and the flood. So depending on the nature of the story, one recently that we've just in the process of selecting a narrator for is an Agatha Christie style who done it, called
Like a sort of cozy crime.
I think that's probably the word for it. Yeah, it's called the Narcissus Gardening Club, and it's about Narcissus is actually the name of a particular flower. It's a particular
Mm.
rose called a Narcissus rose, and there's a murder, and we go through all that. So they have lots of diverse characters, from Polish grandmothers to to sort of to tweens, through to mid 30s couples and all that sort of stuff. So each depending on which narrator you choose, they need to have a sufficient range to be able to cover all of the characters in your novel.